In the desolate reaches of the far north, where the sun casts long, skeletal shadows even at noon, there lies a forest unlike any other. It is a place whispered about in hushed tones, a chilling tale passed down through generations of those who live too close to its encroaching edge. This is not merely a collection of trees and undergrowth. This forest is sentient, a predatory entity that breathes and thinks with an ancient malevolent will. Within its boundaries, the very fabric of natural law seems to fray and unravel, twisting into grotesque new forms. It is a living, breathing organism, its consciousness woven into every root and branch, every rustling leaf. The forest is in a constant state of flux, its internal geography shifting and evolving with an unsettling purpose. Paths that were clear yesterday vanish without a trace, replaced by impenetrable thickets or sudden, yawning chasms. Its roots, thick and gnarled, writhe beneath the earth like grasping veins, pulsing with a hidden, unholy life. An unnatural stillness pervades the entire area, a profound silence that presses down on the soul. There is no birdsong here, no cheerful chirping to break the oppressive quiet. The wind, which should sigh through the branches, is absent, leaving the air heavy and stagnant. This profound calm is not peaceful. It is a deceptive prelude, a suffocating blanket that precedes the forest's insidious influence. The true horror of this place does not lie in physical threats, but in a far more insidious psychological manipulation. The forest does not merely consume bodies. It invades the minds of those who dare to trespass within its domain. It seeks to unravel sanity, to twist perception until reality itself becomes a malleable plaything. The first signs of its control often manifest in hyper-realistic dreams, vivid and unsettling. These nocturnal visions are not mere figments of imagination. They are saturated with the forest's very essence, its ancient consciousness seeping into the deepest recesses of the mind. The dreams are filled with impossible geometries of wood and shadow, with the silent, watchful gaze of unseen eyes. Slowly, inexorably, these dreams begin to bleed into waking reality, blurring the lines between what is real and what is merely imagined. A familiar tree might suddenly appear in a place it shouldn't be, or a whisper heard in a dream might echo faintly in the daylight. The forest alters the physical landscape not just to disorient, but to reflect the growing chaos within the mind. It erases the paths of those who wander within, not just by growing over them, but by subtly rearranging the very terrain. A landmark seen moments ago might be gone, replaced by an unfamiliar grove. The forest ensures that escape becomes not just physically impossible, but mentally inconceivable, trapping its victims in a labyrinth of their own unraveling thoughts. Consider the tragic case of Dr. Alastair Finch, a biologist whose experience serves as a terrifying case study of this consumption. He arrived with the detached curiosity of a scientist, armed with instruments and a rational mind, aiming to understand the forest's unique ecosystem. His scientific approach, his very method of inquiry, ultimately became the instrument of his downfall. The forest was aware of his presence from the moment he crossed its threshold. It did not immediately strike, but instead began to subtly toy with him, demonstrating its chilling sentience. A compass needle would spin wildly, then settle on an impossible direction. His carefully marked research plots would shift overnight, their boundaries subtly altered. He would return to his camp to find his equipment rearranged, his notes scattered, or a single, unfamiliar leaf placed precisely on his pillow. These were not random occurrences. They were deliberate, playful acts of a predator testing its prey. The forest was observing him, learning his patterns, preparing for the final, devastating act. His final recording, recovered weeks later, captured not the sounds of nature he sought, but something far more disturbing. Amidst his increasingly frantic whispers, a deep, resonant thrumming could be heard, a sound unlike any known animal. It was the sound of the forest itself, breathing. Then came his chilling final words, delivered in a voice that was no longer entirely his own. "It dreams in my shape now." This single, horrifying sentence revealed the ultimate truth. The forest had consumed him, not just his body, but his very identity. It had taken on his consciousness, his memories, his form, becoming a grotesque mimicry of the man he once was. A profound sense of dread lingers long after the tale of Dr. Finch concludes. The forest continues its existence, a dark, pulsating presence on the horizon. From the distant highway, one can sometimes glimpse a restless movement within its depths, a subtle swaying of trees that defies the wind. It is a constant, unsettling reminder of its enduring power. Its influence, however, is not confined to its physical boundaries. Whispers of its presence, of its insidious dreams, have begun to seep into the towns nearby. Unexplained disappearances, sudden bouts of madness, and vivid disturbing nightmares plague those who live too close. The forest is not merely waiting, it is actively seeking new victims, its tendrils of influence stretching ever further. The implication is clear and terrifying. The forest's nightmare is far from over. It is a living, growing horror, an ancient intelligence that hunts not with claws or teeth, but with the very fabric of reality, and the fragile sanity of the human mind. And it is always, always hungry.